Okay, so the most important thing you need to understand about the Doppler effect is also looking at the descriptors. If we say that when I come towards you, it appears as if though the frequency is higher than or greater than, or the frequency increases, right? The key word is it appears. Now, the first thing you need to understand is that the frequency of the source never changes. If I emit a frequency at 400 hertz while I am speaking to you, it remains at 400 hertz. But when I start walking towards you, I still emit at 400 hertz. The only difference is you will experience it at a frequency higher than 400 hertz. In other words, you observe it higher than. So that's the first thing I want you to understand. When we start saying things like greater than and less than, higher than, or the frequency increases, we are saying that the frequency that the observer is going to hear appears higher than the frequency that the source is actually emitting. Okay, so now my first question to you is, when will the frequency of the listener equal the frequency of the source? If I take this formula, FL is equal to V plus or minus VL over V plus or minus VS multiplied by Fs, right? I've just rewritten the same thing for good practice, and I hope you guys are writing. Tell me, when will this frequency, when will FL equal Fs? I'll give you a second to think about it. Okay, so this FL, and I hope you thought about it, the frequency of the listen is equal to the frequency of the source if this whole bracket, this thing in the bracket, this thing over here, if that thing is equal to 1. Okay, so I want you to keep that in mind. It is a fraction. We will consider this thing the multiplier over here, right? Just for us to refer back to it. I'm going to call this some kind of a multiplier. So now I'm saying FL will equal to Fs when this whole bracket, this multiplier, is equal to 1. Do you all agree with me? So when will that equal to 1 is when there's no relative motion, when the numerator in this whole thing is equal to the denominator in this whole thing. Now, that's just as an introduction to how fractions are going to work here. In the next slide, I'm going to show you in detail how we are going to look at the 4 cases for the Doppler effect.